Have you ever felt like you're chasing your day before it even really begins? Well, today we're going to dig into how you can flip that script and transform a chaotic morning into a really intentional one. And it's not about extreme measures, it's about one simple, but honestly life-altering shift. You know the feeling, right? That's what's on the left here, chasing the day. It all starts with the snooze button. Then you immediately grab your phone, and boom, you're instantly stressed, you're reactive. But look at the right side. There is another way. It's leading the day, and that's all about calm, intention, and a proactive focus. The wild part is, the difference isn't what time you wake up. It's the state of mind you create from the get-go. In this quote, it just nails it, doesn't it? This is the end result of that shift. It's not just about having a slightly better morning. It's about fundamentally changing the entire dynamic between you and your time. So, how do we make that jump from chasing to leading? Well, first, we have to correctly identify the real enemy. And it turns out the struggle isn't about being lazy or undisciplined. No, the real problem is something else entirely. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, this reframing of the problem. So think about it. If it's not you, if you're not just lazy, then what in the world are we really up against every single morning?
The real problem is chaos. It's that state of waking up and immediately just consuming. You're consuming messages, notifications, the news, other people's priorities, all before you've even had a chance to check in with your own.
And why does this matter so much? Because as the source points out, right when you wake up, your subconscious mind is incredibly impressionable. It's like a sponge. So whatever you feed it in those first few minutes literally sets the emotional tone for your entire day. The takeaway here is crucial. You have to protect that first hour. Okay, so we've identified the problem as chaos. So what's the solution? Well, it's a simple 3-step framework. And hey, remember, this is just a guide. It's a template for you to build your own version, not some rigid set of rules you have to follow perfectly. Step 1. This is the big one, the foundation for everything else. It's so simple, but for most of us, it's incredibly difficult. You have to remove the noise. So what does that look like in practice? It's this. No phone for the first 45 minutes. The source describes how uncomfortable this feels at first. Your hand just kind of instinctively reaches for it. The goal is to fight that urge, and instead just sit on the edge of your bed and breathe. We're not talking fancy techniques, just slow inhales and exhales. And that is the payoff for that little bit of discomfort. It's not about reaching some weird, empty Zen-like state. It's about clarity. It's about what happens when your mind isn't being yanked in a dozen different directions by notifications. You can actually think. You can choose instead of just react. Okay, so once you've created that mental space, it's time for step 2, which builds on that momentum. It's time to wake up your body with what the source calls the 10-minute reset. Now, let's be super clear. We are not talking about some crazy, intense workout here. Nope. We're talking 10 minutes of light stretching, maybe some bodyweight squats, a few push-ups. The whole purpose isn't physical, it's psychological. You're sending this powerful message straight to your brain, I'm awake and I am in control. And that's the real magic here. It's this tiny win. That small act of intentional movement creates momentum. It makes you feel active instead of passive. And believe it or not, that feeling follows you through the whole day, leading to better focus and, better decisions. All right, so we've cleared the mind, we've activated the body. What's next? Step 3 is a quiet habit for organizing your thoughts. It's time for the 1-page rule. It's super simple. Every morning, you just open a notebook and write one single page. By hand. That's it. It could be about what you're grateful for, what's frustrating you, just random ideas. The goal isn't to write a masterpiece, it's to get the thoughts out of your head and onto the paper. And this explains perfectly why it works so well. It's like a brain dump, you know? It's like cleaning out a messy room before you start your day. All those thoughts that feel so heavy and overwhelming inside your head, once they're on paper, they suddenly become concrete and a lot more manageable. Now, those first 3 steps, they're huge on their own. But this next part, this is what the source calls the hardest shift, and it's the one that ties everything together. This is the golden rule of an intentional morning. Seriously, lean in for this one, because this is the core principle that transforms your morning from just playing defense, protecting your peace, to playing offense and actually winning your day. Look at this comparison. On the left, you've got consume. That's just reacting to emails, scrolling social media, checking the news, basically living on everyone else's agenda. But on the right, that's create. That's you proactively working on your number one task, taking meaningful action, and setting your own agenda. So, how do you activate this create mindset? You ask yourself one simple, incredibly powerful question before you let the world in. What is the one thing that, if I do it, will make today a win? And then you work on that one thing first. So, as we start to bring this all together, the most important message here is this. It isn't about perfectly copying someone else's routine. It's about taking these principles and building your own version, something that actually works for you.
So, want to try this tomorrow? Here's your starter pack. Protect that first 30 to 60 minutes. Create silence, put the phone away. Move your body for just a few minutes. Write one page to clear your mind. And then work on one important task before you start consuming anything else. Simple, realistic, and honestly, so powerful.
And if you take away just one thing, let it be this. We always think we need to add more things to our lives, more habits, more apps, more complexity to get better. But this whole approach suggests the exact opposite. Real transformation comes from subtraction, from removing the noise that's holding you back. So, look, the magic here isn't in some huge one-time effort. It's in the quiet repetition, day after day. This kind of change doesn't start someday down the road. It starts tomorrow morning. The only question left is, what will you choose to do?